Hello Ospreys, I'm Rhett, Barringer, and welcome to your Swoop Spotlight. Let's get into the news. On Tuesday, Ukraine claimed it has sunk another Russian warship using high-tech sea drones in the Black Sea. However, Russian authorities have not confirmed the claim. Hello Ospreys, and welcome to this week's edition of Swoop Scoop. I'm Rhett Barringer.
And I'm Mallory Alder, turning back to date on what's going on in the world around you.
Boeing just had another incident involving their planes. A flight from Australia to New Zealand suddenly went on a violent drop that injured 50 of its passengers. LATAM Airlines says that, quote, a technical event caused a strong movement on board. The Chilean Boeing 737's instruments reportedly failed, which caused the plane to nosedive. The Federal Aviation Administration says that it has already completed its review of Boeing's 737 line and has given the company until late May to have the plan to remedy the issues found in their audit report. Hey there, Ospreys. Welcome to another School of Communication update with ComConnect. I'm Rhett Barringer.
And I'm Mallory Aldrich, here to bring you up to date on what's going on this week.
Registration for the upcoming summer and fall semesters are opening up soon. They're advising drop-in hours available from 3 to 4 p.m. on Monday through Thursday in person. Hello, Ospreys. I'm Rhett Barringer, and welcome to your Swoop Spotlight. Let's get into the news. According to an anonymous source of the Associated Press, the FBI is now conducting a criminal investigation into the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. The FBI was reportedly on the cargo ship Dolly, conducting authorized law enforcement activity, the agency said on Monday. Currently, divers are still attempting to recover bodies from the crash, and the National Transportation Safety Board Chair Jennifer Homedy said last week investigators are focusing on the electrical power system of the ship that experienced power issues before crashing. Now let's head into the top entertainment stories of the week. The SAG-AFTRA is seeking lawsuits that will protect against the use of AI across the entertainment world. The union is pushing a bill that would require detailed consent for using digital replicas. Another bill would also keep studios from putting dead performers in movies without their families or heirs' permissions. If the bills are passed, the California measures would then have to expand on its limited AI provisions that are already in place. Meanwhile, the Motion Picture Association is against the digital replicas bills, arguing that it would restrict decades-old common post-production methods. Country music singer Morgan Wallen has been arrested after allegedly throwing a chair off the roof of a 6-story bar in Nashville. The incident was caught on surveillance footage, and according to the Metro Nashville Police, Wallen was charged with 3 felony counts of reckless endangerment and 1 misdemeanor count of disorderly conduct. Wallen has posted bond and has been released from jail. Wallen was recently arrested in 2020 for public intoxication and disorderly conduct. Hello, Ospreys. I'm Rhett Barringer, and welcome to your Swoop Spotlight. Let's get into the news. The Supreme Court justices are scheduled to hear Starbucks' case against the National Labor Relations Board. The hearing is continuing despite the fading animosity between Starbucks and the Workers United, the union organizing its workers. The two parties announced in February they would restart talks over contract agreements this year. If the Supreme Court takes Starbucks' side in the case, it could make it more complicated for the NLRB to engage when they allege corporate interference in unionization efforts. And according to French authorities on Tuesday, 5 people, including a child, died attempting to cross the English Channel from France to the UK hours after the British government approved a new migrant bill that would deport some people who entered the country illegally to Rwanda. In a statement emailed to the Associated Press, they were told multiple French Navy ships attempted to rescue a, quote, very overcrowded boat carrying more than 100 people. Despite their attempts, 5 of the boat's passengers died in the rescue process. And finally, Columbia University's main campus has announced it will switch to hybrid learning for the rest of the semester due to protests over the Israel-Hamas war that have begun across colleges in the U.S. This announcement comes a week after 100 pro-Palestinian demonstrators who camped out on Columbia's campus were arrested last week. Columbia's provost Angela V. Antonio and Officer Cass Holloway said in a statement released Monday, quote, safety is our highest priority as we strive to support our students' learning and all the required academic operations, end quote. Well, Ospreys, this has been your Swoop Spotlight. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hello, Ospreys, and welcome to the last edition of Swoop Scoop this semester. I'm Rhett Barringer.
And I'm Emily Regalado, here to bring you up to date on what is going on in the world around you.
First up, huge crowds gathered around in Tel Aviv, Israel, to protest and call for the release of hostages that are being held by Hamas in Gaza. Demonstrators gathered Tuesday evening to mark 200 days of the hostages being held by Hamas. The demonstrators are seen in Israel's capital covering their mouths with masking tape with the number 200 on them. The crowd also marched through central Tel Aviv at Dizengoff Street and the U.S. Embassy. Family members of the hostages were also in attendance where they addressed the crowds in Hostages Square. Multiple protests have been held in the square since the Hamas attack on October 7th. Hello, Ospreys. I'm Rhett Barringer, and welcome to your Swoop Spotlight. For the last time, let's get into the news. This show is a little bit different because it's my last show with you. So today, we're not going to be discussing the world outside of this room, but the world inside of it. Over my time here at Inside Swoop, I have learned more about journalism and video production than I expected, but what I feel was the most important thing I learned is that the world's issues are vast, but people are trying to fix them. Every morning for the last semester, I have read almost every headline trying to find the stories I thought were the most important for you. I've talked to you about many different crises, and I've talked to you about many different solutions and the people who are trying to make the world a better place. So if you can take a message from my time, please remember to help where you can. The boulder of progress is moved with many small pushes. I've also become a better writer while here, and I hope it's been clear that I've been becoming more concise in my storytelling. These are skills that will help me from now into the future, and I'm very glad for my time here. I've also made great friends. I have had the best staff someone can ask for, best directors, best teleprompters, best publicists. I've never learned how to pronounce my words, but I'm proud of my friends that I've made here, and I'm proud of my time here. So, for the last time, I've been your host, Rhett Barringer. This has been your Swoop Spotlight, and I'll see you somewhere.